Indeed, you are Vijay's family, and it reflects your love and support. Without taking a lot of time, let me say a few things about his life journey. Since he came to US in 1970, as a 3 years old young boy. Let me give you a little perspective of who I am. I'm an engineer, came for my studies here, did my master's here. I already had 2 kids before I came here. So I left Vijay's mom, Vijay and his sister back home. Did my master's, joined IBM Corporation and brought all 3 of them over here. Okay. Now Vijay was a bright kid, very bright kid. He was always curious about things. I remember when he was in high school, he was always ahead of his class. So he did not attend the classes. His teachers will tell him, why are you not coming to my classes? He said, well, you are not teaching me anything more than I already know. So when you start teaching more than I know, then I will come. Do you have any problem with my grades? No, your grades are always A+. That's how he studied. I didn't know this thing, by the way. He won't let me know that. Until his brother, 7 years old younger, he went to high school. And one day I was talking to the principal. And he said, are you Vijay's father? I said, yes. Do you know what he did to us? I said, what? We have to change the whole high school attendance system because of him. because of him, a lot of his friends started doing the same thing, and it was not acceptable. So we do attendance every class, not just coming in a class. Anyway, so finished his high school. High school, he went everywhere, wherever he wanted to go, all the colleges to see where he can fit there. So, as we all, all Asians' parents want them to be a doctor or engineer or right. So I said, what do you want to do, Vijay? He said, definitely not engineering, because you are an engineer. Not medicine, because it's too long. It takes 8 years to become a doctor. So I said, what is that you would like to do? So maybe I will go to business. So he found 2 schools, Berkeley and California, at UNC at Chapel Hill, which has a very good undergraduate program. Now we were in New York, Poughkeepsie, New York area, which is north of New York City, beautiful place. He said, I'd like to go to Berkeley. His mom says, no, you're not going to Berkeley. It's too far, number one. And she thought there's too radical campus for him. He's a young man, 18 years old. So second choice was UNC. So he comes to UNC, and he met Towe at the time, at the second year of UNC. But he was very close to his grandpa, that is his mom's father. My parents were born much earlier, so they never, my kids didn't have any idea about my parents. So he said, I should go and see my grandpa in Christmas time. That's a good idea. So by the time October came, he said, Dad, it's going to be only 6 days, 7 days. What am I going to do with grandpa for a few days? So I said, maybe you should go in summer. You can handle hot weather there. He said, no problem. Call grandpa and tell him we are coming in summer. So he calls and grandpa says, okay, come on in, Vijay. We have another month and a half, so we'll go around, travel around the country. Unfortunately, what happened was, before he goes in March, his grandpa had a heart attack. And he passed away. went back to India in summer and spent some month and a half with grandma. But while he was there, he figured out that had he had a good healthcare system, he would have survived. Grandpa would have survived. So he comes home. He says, Dad, maybe I think I should go for medicine. You help people. I haven't forced you guys, my kids, to do anything more than what they want. I always tell them that whatever you do, you have to be the best in that field. So then he asked a question. He says, why should I do 8 years of science? 4 years of science and another 4 years of science. I said, son, I don't know anything about medicine. You have a great medical school there, Chapel Hill. Go and talk to somebody. So he goes to med school and talks to a professor. So he says, Vijay, what do you want to do if you don't want to do science? He says, don't you think I should learn about who we are? Maybe I should go to history. It's amazing. Now, I think his professor was probably as good as he was. He said, you know, that's a great idea, Vijay. That's what we need in medical schools. That you have overall perspective of who we are and how to treat people. So he does history, and then the professor says, you know, Vijay, you will not have any problem getting admission anywhere with your background when you finish your history. Undergraduate. He applies for 9 schools, non-medical schools. He thought he can go and have a B. He got in 8 schools except Harvard. But he loved here in UMC. So he said, Dad, this is where I'm going to be. So that's where he did his MD there. In his rotations, every department or every field he went, everybody wanted him to be either a neurologist or cardiologist or whatever, right? So as he finishes, I said, what are you thinking about it? What kind of field you want to go? He said, Dad, remember I told you I want to be a doctor, not a technician. I want to take care of people as a whole. That's what I want to do. So family practice is the only thing I see can help me to do that. You know, very simple kid. He didn't have any other, he never had a tie in his wardrobe, never had a suit. He was a t-shirt man. I remember when I came here to see him when he was being undergraduate, he was wearing a very nice t-shirt, a brand name t-shirt. And I was a little bit kind of thinking, I said, where did you get this? Maybe I should come with you for shopping. Sure, tomorrow morning we'll go for shopping. You know what he did in Chapel Hill? He takes me to GCM. And he says, look at how many t-shirts you have. Only $2. This is my board, this is where I get my wardrobe. This is where I get all my clothes. Why do I have to spend $15, $20, $30? That's the way he was. He never had any other thing that, okay, because he is doctor or whatever profession he is. So, when he was doing his residency, he was in Asheville, in the mountains. That's where he wanted to go and get trained there, because he can get better patient kind of care, because there are not many specialties there. So he can do everything, whatever he thought he should be doing it. his boss, his director loved him, both his wife and him. So every month they will invite him for dinner at home. So Christmas time, he was invited for dinner. So the director's wife had a package, a gift for a Christmas gift. So Vijay said, "Ma'am, what do you have?" So she said, "Well, why don't you open it?" So he opens up, and she's 5 very expensive shirts and 5 ties for him as a gift. She thought that maybe his parents are not good shape to buy him good clothes or whatever she thought. So Vijay said, "Well, ma'am, thank you for thinking about me, but what do you think I'm going to do with it? Maybe you should give somebody who can use it." But that's the way he was. It was very important for him whether when he wear clothes, and most importantly was he took care of people, including us. I had a heart attack at age, same age, 48. We were worried about him. He did all the tests a month earlier before he passed away. It was all okay. Now, another incident I tell you, where To comes into picture. To was his girlfriend in undergraduate school. And then medical school, after 2 years, after third year, he started rotations. And he had a rotation in surgery department. And there was an accident, patient came in, and surgeons did surgery, couldn't help, could not, the patient did not survive. It was a lunchtime, and doctors closed it, washed their hands, and it was lunchtime, so they went for lunch and came back. The patient's wife was sitting outside, waiting for doctors to come and tell her that, "Sorry, ma'am, we were not able to save it." Vijay didn't like that. Vijay thought that it was responsible doctor first to go and see the patient and then go. So he comes home and tells his mom that I'm out of med school. I don't want to be a doctor like that. So was at that time with him. So came and talked. Actually, I was in New York, came back in weekend and talked to him, and he said that I don't think this is the way I want to practice life when I want to become a doctor. He was stressed, very much stressed. So To said, "Don't worry about that. He needs a break. Let him take off 1 semester. And then he'll be back." So he took off, and To took care of him very well. Both loved each other very much. So they were kind of, I take care of you, you take care of me. And after each semester was finished, he went back to school and finished the whole MD and everything. See, what I'm trying to say is that he was a special human being, very special in that way. We all miss it, but I tell you something. We believe in that. We all come for a certain amount of time in this life. What he did was, he used to tell me when I was a young man, he says, "Dad, this is the only place in the world where you can do whatever you want to do in life." And I said, "Son, go ahead, whatever you need to do it." And I think, yes, you all think that he should have lived longer than before when he left. But his time was done. His time was done. I wish I have gone instead of him, but I couldn't do anything about it either. So only thing I can do is in memory and do whatever he did. I'm involved in a lot of charities here and in India, particularly around kids. And we will have some scholarship for education for nurses over there in India. So, and Toby is taking care of here my nurse. But really, I'm humbled seeing all of you guys here, holding my hands and heart. That would take me a long time. Thank you.